Alright, well this is update number 12 on the 1937 Rat Rod Dually chop top. I am working on making the plates to reinforce the frame where the four-link is going to weld in. I went and got this 1/4 inch plate from the scrapyard. I'm going to use that to box in the frame, and I got 220 hooked up in the garage this morning, so I'm actually going to be able to cut this plate, hopefully. If not, there's always a grinder. So going to start working on that, see if we can get these plates made. Once I get all that kind of figured out, then I can take and start mocking up the four-link. All right. So last night got a little late, had to shut the doors, everything for the noise. Forgot to shoot, to let you know what I finished on. So I'm gonna show you now where I got last night, working on the four-link. Got the plates in, the bottom links in, but I'm gonna show you a quick couple things. All right, so the real pain of all this was getting that axle. I could get the frame at ride height, but getting that axle squared up, even, and not having it move was really tough. So what I did is I cut pieces of conduit at equal lengths. Like I pre-cut them out, made sure they were perfect, tacked them on the frame, and tacked them to the axle. So no matter what, it can't do this or this. So it's keeping that axle square. So I can build a four-link around the axle that's square to it. Now I've seen guys tack them to the frame, but the issue is I got to set the sucker at ride height, and at ride height, and then you can see how high the frame is off of it. So what I've done is the brackets turned up. Obviously I'm even with the flat of my frame, so I cut them off, flipped them over like so. Everything's just tacked in. I got to make sure everything works first. Now, the issue I'm dealing with is my upper bars, okay? If I go off the top of the pumpkin, or if I go off of here, when they V out like they're supposed to, because I'm doing a triangulated four-link. So the issue is when they have to be level, they come in here and they block the drive shaft. So the idea I have, we'll see how it works, is I'm gonna build a hoop that go over my pumpkin, and I'll weld it in here and here, and my four-link will come out higher. That way I can set the bars at level, and the mounts will be up high. They'll be completely out of the way of the drive shaft. Now, something else I noticed on this when I was doing it, so you look at it, this axle, the pumpkin's not centered. The pumpkin's off to this side. So when I pulled my measurements for left and right, I used the original perches. So I used those to square it up. So the drive shaft's going to run at a slight angle through the car. Not that big of a deal. I'll just take and build a bigger tunnel, so when you're sitting in the car, you don't see a crooked drive shaft going through. So set my pinion angle at 0, tacked it in place, got the frame at ride height, and now I'm working on the upper links. All right. Alright, so my son's home from work. He's giving me a hand here. We've tacked the back part of the upper links in, but we're dealing with the issue with the front. We can't run this big right angle, it's going to block the drive shaft. So what we're doing is we're building a hoop to come across to tie the upper links in, and then we'll brace that down from there. The issue is all we have is this hydraulic bender. crank jack bender, but we're gonna make it work. So we've got the first 2 bends in it now. We're gonna add 2 more bends in it. The reason we're doing this is to be able to bring this around to 90 degrees on the sides, or close to 90. Then we'll cut our brackets, make the links fit in, and we'll go from there. So that's what we're working on. Alright, so this is that hoop I'm building for the upper links. Now you can see I came up short with the bends, but not a big deal. I split the pipe, spread it to the length I need, and then I've sleeved it. So with sleeving it, you gotta have 2 pieces of pipe, one that fits tight. It can't be sloppy, you want tight in there. And then I can weld it out, put another sleeve over, and weld it, okay? So it's really stronger than it was with 1 piece of pipe, because now you've got that much sidewall in there. So, and then I've got a piece covered in here, so it's all gonna look the same. You won't see anything but 2 welds, but this will actually be stronger now, and it's a way of keeping things going. If you come up short, you can sleeve it and make the ends work. All right, so I'm gonna weld it out now, and we can work on building mounts for the links next. Alright guys, so I've got everything tacked in place. It's all ready to go. I just tacked some of it because some of it might have to be moved. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut the braces loose now so that we've got it, you know, it'll freely move. So I'm gonna cut the braces loose, and then after that, we'll use a jack, or I'll lift the frame, whatever, and I can see the motion of it and see how everything goes. So let's see how it goes. All right, well, the braces are out, so let's see how this thing travels. Hopefully, let's just hope it works. All right. She's good. Ready? Alright, well, the 4 links in. It's tacked in place right now. Checked range of motion. Does great. Picking angle doesn't change. No binding. So we're good to go. So what I'll do is I'll work on welding it out now. So it's ready for the next step. So that's going to be all for this update. On the next one, we'll work on fabbing our airbag mounts, our shock mounts, everything for the rear. That'll be the next one, and maybe if we get time in it, we'll go ahead and narrow the frame in the front. But anyway, all right guys, appreciate you watching, liking, subscribing. It means a lot. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the support.